What's up, YouTube? I am officially back. I am down here. It feels so good. So this is it. This is the house. We have been spending the last 2 weeks to get settled down here. I don't want to go too much into detail about everything, but you know, we got down here with your first house and everything. There's gonna be some hiccups. So you know, previous owners were a little bit more on the dirty side, so we kind of had to gut the whole place. So beautiful home, but we just had to gut the whole place. We got painters in here, we got cleanup crew, and then now I'm kind of putting it all back together. So that's kind of where I've been these last 2 weeks. I think, you know, since the last video is a lot of work on the house, you know, installing some new things. But now it's really coming together. It's feeling like a home. Our pets absolutely love it. They can chase lizards all day. We're really growing on us, and we're about 10 minutes from the beach. So overall, really happy, you know, with, you know, this transition, with the move now that we got everything settled. You know, the inner me, that, you know, the bodybuilder in me was kind of freaking out there for a little bit, of course, just being honest of like, you know, I'm not eating enough, you know, I'm not training. So, but it was required. So like I said, I was preparing for that mentally. You know, I knew it was going to be kind of a time off, you know, didn't get much training in, because, you know, it took about a week and a half, 2 weeks off from the gym. But this last week we have been back at it. You know, I wanted to make sure I got me back into routine before we start bringing the videos. So we are now rolling and setting up a lot of things ahead. You know, we're gonna go, you know, train with different people here ahead, show you, you know, different things involved in this area with, you know, what's ahead with Raw, with Revive, and also with some business plans I have. So really excited to get this journey started. And you know, this is why we made the move to come down here, blow up the YouTube, you know, keep continuing to be the best bodybuilder I can become. And I truly believe that's gonna be happening. So gonna give you a quick little layout here of today. You know, we'll go in there and show you what the plan is for to come with training, as well as, you know, where the nutrition's at. But first, you know, we gotta do a little quick scope here of the yard. I gotta show you the palm, my famous palm tree now. I didn't think I'd ever have a palm tree in the front yard. But the prized possession, we'll show it on the way out, is I got an avocado tree. But the thing is, people, I guess, like to steal the avocados from the avocado tree. Shit, never mind. Bleep, take that out. It's a mango tree. Well, the thing is, we showed up and all the mangoes were gone because people took them. So come next year, about this time of the year, I'm gonna be sitting out on the roof, you know, like those Koreans in LA with my, you know, with the guns out, making sure no one steals my mangoes. So let's get inside now, because guess what, Zach, you are sweating balls, because I know you are, because I am too. All right, so we are in the kitchen, about to get going. You know, it's a little different now. I don't have to make my pre-workouts in our office, so slightly different here. You know, not too far from the gym, so it works out really well. What we are doing is, you know, of course, got to get the pre-workout in, and you know what that always consists of is rice and grinds from Pride Foods. I'm doing 150 grams of that. You know, I keep it pretty steady there, especially with, you know, trying to push the weight up right now. That's 3 servings of rice and grinds, probably equaling out to, where are you going?
Oh, you know, just, this is how I clean the house for Brett, you guys.
She's
pretty lucky, I'd say.
She's adapting to the Floridian lifestyle pretty good. What the hell's going on? All right, anyway, so yeah, 150 grams of rice and grinds to, you know, keep the carbs up for that good fast-acting carbs pre-workout. You know, I've stated before, I've been doing this for the last 5-6 years. Always some kind of cream of rice and grinds before the workout, because you digest so well, the body is now used to it, and you know, it sits in your stomach extremely well, so no bloat during your training. So we'll do that now, setting that up. But I wanted to show you what I'm doing for my post-workout right now. So this is just water for the pre. So what I'll do with the protein source on the pre-workout is I'm actually still doing, you know, just the powder pre and post for digestive purposes as well. You know, I don't want to fully, you know, stock up my stomach before training, especially when all I'm doing the rest of the day is eating. You know, where I'm at right now is Zach, it's good for you to know, I was 274 this morning. So the weight is back on pretty quickly. I have a guest posing next weekend in Minnesota, so I was like, I can't screw around anymore, so I need to put the weight back on. So I've been pushing up pretty fast here, which is good. I'm hungry and getting things down for once, so that's good. So I'll do 3 scoops of, this is my favorite protein from Raw and Bum. This is the Bum series. This is the vanilla oatmeal cookie. So they have 2 flavors of this. This is probably my favorite vanilla oatmeal cookie. So I'll do 3 scoops of that, which is like 70 grams, 75 grams of protein. And then I'll do 150 grams of rice and grinds. What I'm doing for my post is, let me get a little water. Because I like to get something extremely fast again. So my pre-workout and my post-workout are only carb and protein based. just because I'm trying to digest that stuff as fast as I can. You know, it doesn't stick in the stomach too long. I'm just trying to digest, get things in there fast. You know, you're absorbing, you want to get something that quickly absorbs after your workout. And so I like to do this with just carbs and protein. So what I'll do is actually, I'll do another 3 scoops of this, the whey isolate, as Chris would say, whey isolate. Which is a nice little plug there, or a little pun there. So 3 scoops of that. And then I will add some more carbs. I'll do 2 scoops of just unflavored. So this intra workout from Raw, it's unflavored is just awesome because you can do it. You can add it into anything. It's just there's no flavor to it. You can mix it with EAAs to get the taste from that. You can mix it into your post workout with protein. You know, I'm obviously gonna throw some naked juice in there as well, and you don't taste it. So it's just an easy 1 scoop is 25 grams of carbs. So I'll do 2. You know, another room in this cup, that's for sure. So how I do this, I add a little water in there first, in case you're gonna try to mimic this. I've kind of learned how the best way to do that. So I'll shake this up first, and it's almost like it's a little mush kinda, but there's a reason for this. And then I will add, this is just for mixing purposes. I should just get a blender out, but I'm actually taking this with me to the gym, so I can't. I will do 12 ounces of naked juice. So this is the strawberry banana. This is probably my favorite flavor. So this is just more carbs, you know, fast acting carb source from fruit juices and getting some micronutrients that way. So we got 12 ounces of naked juice, 50 grams worth of carbs from the carb source, 75 grams worth of protein from the whey isolate source, and then a banana. So I will pack this with me. I will have this immediately post-workout, usually because I'll stretch a little bit when I get done and stuff, so I want to have something, you know, it's probably a 15-minute drive, so I'll eat and drink this on the way home, so that way I can set up my rest of my meals. So I'm eating 6 meals a day, so gotta be on a time schedule or else I'm up late and I don't want to be. So we'll get that done. So for now, we'll start getting on to the protein, we'll get into the pre-workout. Real quick, what I'm gonna do today for pre-workout is we're gonna be doing, actually I'm just doing back today. So if I was doing, like I've talked about this in the past, if I'm doing some kind of push workout or arm workout or quads, more of, you know, those filling up where you want to get as full as you can, I will do, you know, I'll do the raw pump, so I'll do 2 scoops of that, even with, you know, the Savage pre-workout. So this is more of the caffeine part of it, you know, more of the focus, the caffeine, you know, the energy, and then I'll do the pump factor for those days. But today, since I'm doing back, I don't like to do too much pump stuff on my back and hamstring days because then it pumps up my lower back a little bit. Especially when, you know, you're getting these top weights, you don't want to low back pumps because that's going to end your workout. So I will just do this pre-workout today, brand new here. So this is the blackberry lemonade. I actually have had this one in the past. It's really good.
What's your favorite?
This one.
Rocket candy.
She likes rocket candy. It's good as well, but this blackberry lemonade
Makes you feel pretty cool.
because this one's good because you can mix it with. So my favorite mix is when I do those push days is I do the raspberry lemonade with the blackberry lemonade. It's a perfect combo. Let's see if I can find the scoop. The mystery. Now it's all me. So I'll do, you can do, on the label here it gives you either 1 or 2 scoops depending on how much caffeine you want. So I think 2 scoops is like 260, so that's kind of like a normal pre-workout for people. I don't have to do that much. I like usually right around 200 milligrams of caffeine for these days. So I'll do just 1.5 scoops on this. So we'll get this packed in the handy dandy funnel. Oh, and yeah, that's 1 second. Secret ingredient. Not really secret, but. And since we're training back today, I'll also add in some taurine. That's also for, I mean, it has a lot of effects. Helps with liver, helps with other bodily functions. Main thing is I use it for back pumps as well. So this taurine helps reduce pumps. So, you know, your low back doesn't flare up. So in case we're going to be doing some bend over movements today. So I actually do quite a bit of it. I'll do 5 grams. think I just did like a lot more than that. So 2 grams of scoop, I just did 8 grams. So we're gonna do 8 grams of tureen today. That might be a little bit of an overkill, but this will help me not, you know, flare up as much with, you know, low back pumps, which I'm trying to keep away. But it hasn't been too bad, especially for weighing 274 this morning. In the past, whenever I get up to these weights, I have a lot more issues, especially on bend over movements or, you know, stiff legs or RDLs, deadlifts. But I mean, last night we trained all hamstrings for like 2 to 3 hours. We did a lot of the stretching at the end with the stiff legs. I didn't have any issues at all. So really happy with where I'm at. Besides that, we need to get this down. We're gonna eat this, pack up and go train some back at Revive. So let's get after it. I wanted to show you guys this before I started eating here real quick. I just remembered I got this. So a good friend of mine back in Colorado, Paul, gave me this before I left. So it's actually a Damascus knife. So these are very, you know, I ended up having to go to YouTube to figure out, you know, what they're all about, but they're extremely, you know, extremely big, you know, long processes put into making these. They're known as some of the best, you know, cutlery in the world, especially with, you know, just using it for meats and everything. I'm not gonna use it in mine at all, honestly. I'm just gonna more decoration, put it on my desk when I get done with that in the other room. But it's cool though, it gave me a little butcher stand, so it says Brett the Wilkin, or the Butcher Wilkin, you know, and then it's also engraved on the knife. And then the initials are on the company or on the back. So I thought this is really, really cool. One of the cooler gifts I've ever gotten. So maybe there'll be a special day I do bust it out and start chopping up some steak with it. But for now, it's just gonna look cool and look pretty and be a good memory. So appreciate that, Paul. And let's go get some meat. This is a good stretch, you know. I like to use this to start the day, especially if you have trouble as you get bigger for rotating back. So think on your front double bicep and you're coming back, bring those wrists back, your fists back, and showing off those bicep peaks. A lot of the tightness comes from actually the front. What you don't realize is, you know, your anterior front delt, your chest is so tight and bound up, it's hard to rotate those back. So I'll do about 3 sets of these both arms, hold for like 30 seconds, and just keep stretching and opening that up. So that's something I really have to work on because my strong suits are my chest and my front delt, so those can blow up pretty quick. But with that, they become really tight. So keep getting tissue work done, stretching like this, and make sure you're, you know, flexible and able to hit those movements. I'm too short for that shit. Ow. All right, we are starting out with, we'll do some close grip lat pull downs here. So I want to do some pull down variation. I haven't done the close grip in a while. So as you see here, I focus on getting it deep though. So we're not just pulling straight to our chin, our upper chest. I'm getting it out in front and trying to hit almost my lower chest. So not a huge lean back. We're not pulling back and pulling towards us. We're pulling it straight down. I'm just slightly leaning back so I can get a little bit lower. So I want to finish here and squeeze through those bottom of those lats. So if you do this right, you can really, really feel it. Definitely start light, you know, feel out the movement. Because a lot of people just get on here and they swing their body, yank it around. Make sure you're feeling your lats do the work. So I'll gradually build up here. We did about 3 warm-up sets and then we'll get into some working sets. Oh yeah. Gonna lighten it up. Lighten it up here. Try to pin it down. So we're gonna pin it down through the lats at the bottom. So pin it at the contraction point at the bottom. Try to hold for 1 second, 2 seconds if you can. But you don't go too light. Enough where you can get a good hold, squeeze at the bottom, and then control back up.
Yes, sir. More.
Oh shit. Okay. Gonna hit some pullovers now. Use the mag grip. So getting the wide one. Like I said, we've shown this in the past. like this to keep your elbows open. So with this grip, it automatically keeps your elbows flares them out a little bit, so that way you can fully load the lats. So our focus here is those front lats, pinning it down through the ground. You're not pulling it towards you, you're pushing. I think push it through the ground into your waist. So push through, squeeze and pin it, control back. So it says a big purpose. Really like these to build those front lats. Get as wide as you can down to a smaller V taper. Yep.
Come on, Brett, more.
Screaming, it's good. Back down a little bit now. Back it down, slow it up. So we'll work on the squeeze in the bottom and then a 3-second eccentric up. So more controlled, slow stretch. Pause at the top, pin it down, pause at the bottom.
Come on, Brett.
Arm row variation today is going to be on this Arsenal strength piece. I've seen some other guys doing it here, so I'll make off doing this. I wanted to give it a try. So you actually stand behind it here. So still same concepts, you know, we're just doing plane of motion. What we're targeting is our low lats and rhomboid area. So we're keeping the shoulder down, the elbow down, just driving through our hips. So like elbow down, squeeze through. What's good here is you can kind of set up, put your foot up. You always kind of want that foot that you're pulling on forward because you're driving through that. So I think you're driving through your hip, trying to bring your arm down to your hip. So we go here, grab this. No swinging of the body, or, you know, we talk about this all the time, no swinging of the body, just stay straight up and down. A little bit of a dip. I'm kind of pinning my obliques there on the side. Then stretch, come down, squeeze through. Up. Got it, me. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna run back off here. So we'll finish there at 5 plates. Today is kind of a test run to see where we're at on this kind of equipment. So we worked up to 5, really good top set there. You know, probably got 8 solid reps, had to force a few at the end there for 10. So now I'm gonna back down to 3 plates, and I'm just gonna slow it down. So I'm gonna hold it back, squeeze, get about 3-second eccentric stretch, keeping that lat gauge, and back through. So 3-second eccentric, 3-second negative, some people call it, but just holding as much time under tension in the lats as you can.
Come on.
Yep. Oh, come on.
Finish, Brett. Finish, Brett.
Ah!
Yep. Again.
Call it chunks. Okay, so I wanted to run this certain Smith machine for some bent over rows. Issue is Zach and I absolutely destroyed our hamstrings last night. I mean, probably one of the better hamstring sessions I've had in a long time. So it's actually even hard to bend over right now. So I'm not gonna focus so much on weight here, because when you do, you end up using your legs more. So my goal with this exercise right here is to purely use my back. So I get in that bent over position, you know, set my legs so I don't move with them at all. So there's no pumping and using them. So just solely using our back. So it might be a little lighter today, but just perfect repetitions. The reason I'm choosing this Smith is because, as you see, the angle kind of comes into you. So when you're thinking here, when you're doing your bent over rows, say it's on barbell, when you're pulling up, you should actually be pulling towards your body as well. So it's not just straight up, it's up and in. So up and in towards your body. So that's gonna activate the lats and really bring them back through and squeeze it as high up as you can. So think here, the Smith machine already has that plane of motion. So I think this is gonna be really good. Again, we're kind of testing the waters on some things today, but this should be really good because it's already doing that motion into your body, and all you have to worry about is just pulling up since it's already coming into you. So set your feet right, set your stance, set your back. So I'm gonna really bend over on this, and then I'm just gonna drive my elbows up as high as I can. Come on.
That'll work, Brett.
Still feeling it in the hand. This place has the Old Faithful, we call her. So if you know, you watch my videos, this is my favorite piece of back equipment, this Magnum row. Just because of the different hand placements you can do. You can hit each side of your back, you know, depending on where the seat is, depending on your grip. So I just love this piece because it's about 3 exercises in one, and it's a very good back builder. I love me a chest supported row, because what the goal here is stick your chest into this pad and don't move it. So you're just driving everything back. You know, if you want to go low lats, you do the under grip. You go more mid back and lats, go that mid grip. If you want to go high back, upper back, I mean, you know, drive it high on the grip. So today, since we've hit everything else, we're gonna hit some upper back here. Watch my setup here. I really sit as far back on the seat as I can. So I'll grab this first, come back, sit as far back as I can, and then shove my chest right into this pad. So on this one, you want the seat to be lower, so that way you line up your upper back, and I'm just kind of keep my elbows high and driving through there. So you're gonna hit, you know, your different traps, your upper, mid, low traps, probably a little bit of rhomboids, but just overall just back thickness with those big traps.
Yes, sir. That'll work. Come on, Brett.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, 3 was it. 3 aside is it. So I went 3 plates per side there on the top set. Only got 8. On this, it's really hard because you really put your butt back. You don't have much, don't have much base. You're just pulling to the upper back. So now I know I'm in somewhere in between 2.5 to 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a back off and go down to 2.5. So this will still be a really tough set. It'll almost be like a second top set. But I want to get at least 10 here. So 10 is the goal. Let's make it happen.
Come on. Yep, let's go.
I'm tired now. All right, hitting just a really good T-bar row here. I probably mentioned this in the past, but this Body Master's T-bar row is the best T-bar row I've ever used. So now it's not what are we on, like exercise 6 now? We're moving, so we're gonna just work on more execution here. Probably work up to 2-3 plates. And just keep, main thing is just try to get those elbows past our body. So we're staying down into the pad, laying over it, and driving through us, through our midline to create growth in the back. Only our back working. So these T-bar rows, these chest supported rows are great for this. So your shoulder only uses your back. So do this hard shit towards the end when you're tired, so you can just focus on getting that full contraction, those squeezes. Yep.
Keep working, Brett.
Yes, sir. I'm emptying the tank. Okay, so adding a variation here to end this T-bar row. So I did 2 1/4 the Fisher for a top set, did about 10. So what I'm gonna do now is actually, if you look, I flip the plates around so the 25 is in the middle. This is just a good technique to do a better drop set. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a bigger plate off first. So I'm probably gonna do 6, 7, 8, take a big plate off, and I'm gonna go failure, take the quarter off, and then finish with just 1 plate. It's a failure. So like I said, we're probably looking at 25 to 30 reps here total. But the reason you're doing this is because, you know, why I switch those plates around so I can prolong, you know, more time under tension. If I went the quarter on the outside, you know, the first drop wouldn't have been that much, and I would have just went from like 6, 7, 8 to another 4, 5, 6. So now I'll be able to get more reps on that second round and then finish it strong with just 1 plate. Obviously you need a partner on this, and Zach's working the camera. So I got the boss man, Tom, here. He's in charge of everything, we'll just say that. He makes this place go. 2. Yep, sir. Yep, that's good.
Come on, Brett, go to work.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, that was really good. Those drops there are nasty, especially when you're hanging down. A lot of stretch on the back too. So you're filling it up with blood, but also stretching it while they're changing the weights. All right, we are finishing up here. Need to do something wide. We haven't done anything wide yet, especially no pull downs with that. So we're gonna do a wide grip pull down, cable pull down here. What I wanna do, if you watched my last video with the shoulders, I think a couple weeks ago, I've been trying to do a lot more volume to finish it out. So we're gonna finish this workout with a lot of volume. What I explained last time was I was doing, you know, some kind of FST7 principle. You know, that's what Hani Rambod created with the fastest stretch training. So a lot of those things he does at the end of workouts is 7 sets of 10, 5 sets of 10, where you're either stretching or you're blood starving in between. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do 7 sets of 10, well, we'll try 5 to 7 sets of 10, shooting for 7 sets of 10 on these pull downs. And then when I'm resting, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 10, and I'm actually gonna go into a lat spread when I'm resting. So I'm gonna hit a lat spread, really squeeze, push that, you know, that middle back out as far as I can, really open up those lats, just get a good stretch, a lot of blood in the fascia. We'll do that for about 12 to 15 seconds, then go right back into it. With that said, obviously you wanna adjust the weight. It's not gonna be a heavy set, because you're gonna do 70 reps total, and you're stretching them during your rest period. So you really aren't truly resting at all. So go lighter here, focus on the squeezes down, rep execution, and then really, you know, working on that opening up the back, stretching the fascia during that rest period. So give these a try. If you don't know what FST7 is, you know, you can look into his stuff. It's just another type of training system that, you know, obviously has done really well for him and his athletes. So that's what bodybuilding's all about, is picking the brains of others, you know, learning from others. That's what social media, that's why I'm doing these videos. You can learn what I've learned. It's all right here in Access. So let's finish up here and then go get these fucking wet clothes on. Oh, we'll do one more. I feel all my forearms right now.
Finish, Brett. Yep.
All right, just opted for 5 sets there because it was starting to get, when you do something that prolonged with no rest or anything, it just gets all forearms. So towards the end there, I just knew I was only loading my forearms and just pulling those, so my backs were done. So good time to call it. All right, that's a done deal on back today. So like I said, just really starting to get back into it about this last week, really feeling really good. So now we're time to really start ramping things up. The whole goal of everything, I keep repeating myself, but was to, you know, get down here, get established in the new home, and really take off in training. Because I'm telling you guys, I do want to compete this year. You know, my goal is to compete probably one of the last couple shows of the year this year. So these next, you know, month to 2 months is going to really dictate that. As long as I'm able to put on as much new muscle as I want, as I envision, as well as Matt. So just really going to push hard here these next 6 to 8 weeks, see where I'm at that point. And then we're going to decide on, you know, what show we want to do to finish out this year. Because, you know, I got a sour taste in my mouth. You know I can appear better on stage than I did at the Arnold, and I'm going to show that to everybody, and I'm going to show that to myself mainly. So that's what I'm really excited about, is just now we can get things rolling and really get locked in, and I'm 100% all in down here, and it's going to be really good. I'm excited. So, but for now, I'm going to head home. I'm actually going to go do a podcast here in about an hour with Xavier Willis on his desktop bodybuilding. So he hit me up a couple weeks ago. He's like, hey, you want to do a podcast to talk bodybuilding? I was like, sure, you know, it's still fun to do that. And so I think it's like Nathan Diasha, me, Martin Fitzwater, and him. So I'm sure it'll be out probably the same time this video is, so here in the next couple days. So check that out. We're just gonna, you know, shoot the shit, talk bodybuilding, and try to get that going weekly. You know, it's just fun for me to do on the side. And you know, if you have any questions on it, or if you want to ask questions during it, you can get on Xavier's desktop bodybuilding and, you know, put your questions there and we'll answer all of them. So excited about that. And then right now we're gonna go get some food. And then what the goal with this YouTube now moving forward is, I want to do like 2 videos a week. I said that was the main thing we're gonna do down here, is get this YouTube going with Zach here behind the camera, doing 2 videos a week. So this is video number 1 for this week. And so on Friday or Saturday, we're gonna go train with Ian. He actually moved away. He just moved an hour south from here. So we're gonna go over to where he trains at. It's actually, the gym's owned by, who is it?
John Del Rosa.
John Del Rosa, yeah, John Del Rosa's gym, and Ian's training there, and we're gonna go down there. I think maybe John's training with us too. So it would be cool to, you know, get in a session with him, and we're gonna bring it to you guys. So that'll be our next video. Until then, keep training hard, keep commenting in this video on what you want to see moving forward, and please like and share and subscribe to this channel, man. Like I said, this big thing for me is to really build this up, so I appreciate the help. And if you want to keep these coming, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.